All right, I'm John Malloy, and we are here at the beautiful campus of Most Precious Blood with one of our parishioners, Jim Riley, and we're talking about relationship with Jesus Christ. So welcome, Jim. Thank you for coming on.
I'm glad to be here.
And could you describe what your first personal encounter with God was?
Well, I was raised a Catholic, but through my youth, I hate to say it, but it really didn't mean that much to me. And I completely lost my faith in college. I went to school in the late 60s and early 70s. I wasn't alone in losing my faith at that time. But for 45 years, I existed without any faith. About 6 years ago, a little over 6 years ago though, I started to get that feeling that something was missing. And I started to read a little bit. I started to pray a little bit, really, for the first time. And I retired. Actually, I went to church occasionally with my wife, you know, for her, not for me, certainly not for me. And we retired, moved here to the Oviedo area. And I suggested we find the Catholic Church and go to it. And first time we went to Most Precious Blood, it was kind of amazing. I just felt like I had come home. And there's no rational way to explain it. It was just a feeling. And at that point, I really started to pray a lot more. I did lots of, I'm a reader. I did lots and lots of reading. And then one day, while my wife was at the dentist, I was just sitting in the house, and I had one of those incredible experiences. I was actually touched by the Spirit. I'm just sitting there, I finished reading a book, and I just felt the power of the Spirit, not like fire, it was like a spring just welled up within me, a peace, a love, and just a feeling that, yes, this is right. And I don't have words to describe it, but it was life-changing.
Sounds like you had your own personal Pentecost.
I did, only with internal water as opposed to fire.
Good for Florida.
Exactly.
So how would you say your life has changed and developed and your walk with Christ since that point to now?
Oh boy, has it changed. Luckily, being retired, I had the opportunity to start doing more things. It wasn't always just working kids. I had time to, both my wife and I got involved in lots of ministries and other charity work, and the church has become very important to me. But in those early days, it was like, okay, this has happened, but is it going to continue to happen? Is it real? Is it permanent? Or is it just something I'm going through? This morning, I woke up early. It was still kind of dark, and I just had these thoughts that I had to write down on a piece of paper I think fit here. I'm going to have to read it because I'm not going to get it all out otherwise. When all this was new, I wasn't sure if it was real or if it would last. Now I know it is. It's true. I learned this through my prayer, my friendships with amazing faith-filled friends, my regular experience of Mass and the Eucharist, with time spent in ministry, through reading and watching incredible Catholic books and media. It's a lot like my marriage. How does my love for my beautiful wife stay fresh and real after over 20 years? The secret is that my experience with her is so enriching and so special that I just keep falling in love with her over and over again. It's the same with my relationship with the Lord. My experience with Him is so enriching and special that I just keep falling in love with Him over and over and over again. And the more that the Lord fills me up with His peace and love, the more I have to share with others. I've just got to share it. It's the way that life's supposed to be. I'm so thankful for all of God's blessings and grace. It's humbling, it's amazing, and it is life-changing. It's something that I want to know. It's something that I need to share. So I would really love to urge everyone to open your heart to the Lord. He's already inside you, and He's waiting to welcome you home to His love, just like He welcomed me back.
Beautiful. So you have experienced Kristen before at a leadership workshop. Would you mind telling us your experience of that, and just if you want anyone to come to the Parish Mission in a couple of weeks?
Kristen's a great speaker. She's full of life. She comes across so real, and I think the best thing about her presentation is she shares real stories that I know I can relate to, and I think everyone can relate to. It's these kinds of connections that help you examine your faith and grow in your faith. And this is an opportunity, I think, for everyone to just come and spend a little time with hundreds of other people and come closer to God, to renew their commitment. Or if you don't have a commitment to renew, to examine a commitment and maybe start one. So I encourage everyone to come to the mission.
So let me pause one while I wipe my brow.
That's okay. I'll
Okay.
slice it. I'm gonna put this in the blueberry.
Huh? God bless Florida. It's raining. 100% chance of rain. All right.
Why did we decide to do this outside again? No.
Yeah.
Get off.
I'm starting to fill up here.
The spring is welling up.
It is. It's welling out.